everything that was said to me started affecting my basic center. I was just getting shaken by everything because it was so new and so raw.
As you have an audience, you should have a sense of responsibility as to what you're putting out there, so speak responsibly. But also, self-censorship can be stifling also.
It shouldn't feel like a job. Actually, I'm an actor, I'm an artist, I'm not a influencer. We want to cast somebody because they have specific number of followers, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're good actors.
Constant judgment. Women just can't do anything right, okay? They really can't. And the internet has given so much freedom to anyone to be, sitting on a pedestal and kind of passing moral judgment on you. Or,
Hi, this is Saqib Saleem.
Hi, I'm Saba Azad.
And you're watching us on Etimes.
Hi, Saqib and Saba. Welcome to Etimes. We'll meet again. Crime Beat, I saw 2 episodes. I'm sorry I could not watch all of them, but I really was so hooked that I wanted to binge watch on it. Yes. But very interesting plot, characters, and but please fill me in more about, when you read about it, what was the most attractive part?
I think the world of journalism in general. I've never done a character of a journalist before.
Yeah.
And Somnath had written a pretty price you pay. His book, Somnath Bhattabyal's book, that's been adapted into Crime Beat. I read the book and I was just like, yeah, I'm in.
Saqib, for you, and it's so amazing. You did Kakuda and Citadel, the kind of appreciation for both, and now this. I think that variation was the attracting factor.
Range.
Was it? Range.
You always try as an actor to every time you do something, just for it to be different and for you to be different in it. And it's taken me a while to somehow find these projects that allows me to do that.
Right.
Of course, there was a Kakuda, Citadel, and now this. The idea only is to just go out there and enjoy yourself on set and try and do something new.
Right.
And I got to do it with people I really, really enjoy. I started my journey with Saba.
Absolutely.
It was really, really enjoyable getting to be with her back on the set, to work with somebody like a Sudhir Mishra, who for me is an institution in himself. Just to hang out with him, you really understand so many more things about filmmaking that maybe I just didn't pay a lot of attention to maybe before this. So it was great material. It was a great part. It was very good people I was getting to work with, and I'm like, okay, this is a platform that feels like home. This is my 4th thing with Z5, so it's always great coming back to the platform.
Yeah, I was just going to get to the part where you said you all started together, Mujhse friendship karoge, but while you all talk about your own journeys, but I also want to know from you how you all have known each other since then, and maybe you all can reflect on each other's journeys in terms of the way. I think it's always lovely to see people who you've started with do well in life.
Oh,
it's the best feeling.
It's so satisfying.
It's
the best feeling. So please just reflect on each other's journeys.
I feel like you become like family, right? Because when it's your first few films, you're still like trying to understand and what's happening on set, how does it work, and you're doing it together. So it's like almost like holding hands and going into some experience
We
together.
were like kids while doing
We
that
were kids
film.
and we were crazy. So and we had the best time. So I think Salima and I have been in touch kind of...
Salima. She called me Salima.
Yeah, we've been in touch on and off through the years.
Yeah.
And just watching his journey has been delightful. His growth as an actor, his graft as an actor, the variation that he's got, how natural he is on screen, and how confident he is on set. To kind of, I love it. And his energy on set. So we did Friendship, and then cut to 14 years later, we've done this. And it's like, it's the same person. He's been planted there with that much more experience and that much more skill. And the energy is the same, the laughs are the same. he's natural as hell.
Oh, I saw some
And there's a
It's like
podcasts
a
of
more
yours
polished
where
version of
you
himself.
called me the funniest guy you worked with.
Yeah, he's too funny.
Yeah, I was really happy. I got tagged on something on Instagram.
Yeah,
I'm
he's-
open.
he's-
I'm like, what has Sabat said about me? And then
Yeah, because it's always laughs when you call cut,
Yeah.
because he's on and on and on and on and on. Chapar, chapar,
Yeah.
chapar. But yeah, just the best experience. I love working with him. And now I have proof. Now I've worked twice with him and it's been amazing.
thank you.
Saqib, what do you have to say about her journey?
Okay, when you start out with people, you're always rooting for them.
Correct.
They
So
are
true.
never your competition.
Yeah.
They are your family.
They are
So
family.
whenever all my actors from that film, Saba, Nishan, Prabal,
yeah.
Tara,
Tara.
even our director Nupur, Neha, our DOP of that film.
She's
Whenever
now a
I
director
see
herself.
her
Yeah.
director herself, she's
Yeah,
director
she's
herself?
directing now.
Oh wow!
She's directing now.
So whenever I see anything with
Yeah.
them on the, as in a film poster or anything, it just makes me
the
really
heart becomes
happy.
larger.
Yeah.
It's
It
like,
just
"Arey,
really-
mera aadmi, mera dost."
Yeah.
It just becomes like that, and just to see what she's achieved over the years, whether it is
Yeah.
with her acting prowess or her music scene, this
Yeah.
is this another vertical she has in her
And it's so
career, which
amazing
is
how
this.
she's balanced it out.
And
Yeah.
she's always doing something. she's writing. She's doing a play. She
Yeah.
would do, and I'm like, how can you do so much, pack in so much, and still look like this and still be this person? How?
Yeah.
So I get really happy, and I'm very very proud of the journey she's had,
Ali.
and how she's fought everything that's been thrown at her, and always come out trumps.
Yeah.
Trumps is the right word?
Yeah, I think so.
Triumphant.
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 Yeah.
She always has come out of it triumphant. And yeah, very, very happy I get here whenever I see
Yeah.
anything of her.
But
It
you know,
is-
that happens that you root for people who you start.
No, you
and
don't feel happy about a lot of other people.
No,
Can
you
I be
don't.
honest?
I don't think
good
when your
people.
core
I
doesn't
think it's
change.
people whose
Yeah.
heart you've
Yeah.
seen,
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think our little group on that set on Friendship,
Yeah.
they're just all really good people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just to see them thrive has been delightful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But that's what I'm saying. That happens when your core doesn't change.
Yeah.
All through the years, despite the success, despite the fame, despite things that you go through
Yeah.
that make you who you are today. But so has that also been a struggle to maintain your inner core despite the journey sometimes?
No,
Initially, it was difficult for me. You go.
you carry on. You go. You
No,
finish.
initially it does get shaken up a little
Right.
because I came from Delhi. Yeah. The last film my father saw before my first film was Mughal-e-Azam. We had no understanding of how this business worked
Right.
or whatever, and everything that was said to me started affecting
Right.
my basic center. I was just getting shaken by everything because it was so new and so raw. It took me 2-3 years to really understand that what is important and how you have to be the person you want to
Yeah.
be and not get affected by so much chatter
Yeah.
around you.
Yeah.
So it did take me a while.
Yeah. Sabha, you want to?
I think I've been blissfully oblivious, and I mean that. I think
That's a luxury.
it is a luxury because I think in a way I've been always kind of, because of music, it's kind of given me the luxury of always being on the outside looking in, but working
Right.
in and then stepping out again,
Right.
So I keep moving between these two industries, and that's kind of kept me grounded. And if you have a couple of good friends to kind of keep you, in your place,
Right.
I think it's not that hard to keep your core alive
Right.
and not be affected by, all the
Chatter.
things that's going on around you. And I think in general, I'm an introvert. I don't really go out much,
Right.
because my weekends are in clubs, and festivals. And when,
Yeah.
when it's done, I'm like,
Perform.
mujhe ghar
Yeah.
jana hai bhai. So I'm not much of a socializer. And so I don't
Yeah.
think I've been hit by the world of glamour and being sucked
Yeah.
into it and then corrupted. No, I think I've
Right.
managed. I'm lucky.
Right. Talking about Sudhir Mishra, two things I remember from my previous conversation with him is that, he told me that when he works with actors, he doesn't come with the baggage of that he is the Sudhir Mishra in terms of, actors who work with him perceive him to be this legendary filmmaker who's so experienced, but he just wants to really connect at a very friendship level with his actors.
Yeah.
So how was it this time around?
No, I had a great relationship with him because I'm also a chip. I'm a chip. If I
Small measures.
I'm a full chip, not in small measures, in big measures. I don't hold back. If I like you,
I'm a professional
I am.
chip.
How many years have I known you?
I think what's a friendship? So
Exactly.
14
You did my
years we
first
know-
interview.
yeah,
Whenever
we
I
know-
see you, I become a chip because I like you. If I like
Yeah.
somebody,
You guys did an interview in friendship.
friendship. She was my first interview.
No
It's been
way.
yeah, I think it's
Where
been-
were we?
I don't know, man. Where were you?
Ah.
I was
I
doing personal
just-
PR back then
Oh,
also.
I just remember, interviewing him in that Yashraj second floor room.
Oh yeah. I remember.
Yeah, it was just
Damn, yeah, I remember.
So I had a great time working with him just
yeah.
because I really enjoyed hanging with him. He had so much wisdom, so much knowledge, and he doesn't impart wisdom.
Yeah.
He just talks.
Yeah.
And he's not trying to teach you anything or
Yeah.
not trying to school you in any way.
Yeah.
He's just sharing his story with you, and his
Yeah.
story is great. His story is full of exciting things, and what I really enjoyed with him was the fact that he really took me to interesting places as an actor. Like he would give me interesting thought points to be thinking about within the scene or what it could bring out. So really enjoyed my process with him, and he's a guy who really enjoys food. So we had just a great
That was the
time talking
bonding
about
factor.
food and eating food.
Yeah. Would you like to add up to that?
I feel like, of course, you have a preconceived notion of what it'll be like to work with a
Yeah.
legend, right?
Yeah.
But he's so unassuming in
Yeah.
his, it's not like he carries his legend on his back and,
True.
is weighing him down.
Yeah.
He's so wonderful to talk to, so easy to get along
Yeah.
with. So it's exactly that I'm here to do my work and I just want to put everyone at ease. And so there's no
Yeah.
immediately the moment you start working, you're like, oh, okay, it's my director, and
Yeah.
everything is easy. You don't,
Yeah.
you're not keeling over with awe. You're just
Absolutely.
like, wow, I love him, but also you're like, wow, he makes you feel so comfortable.
Right.
And so very quickly everyone becomes very, very comfortable.
Yeah.
And like he said, like the anecdotes and stories and just hanging around. One night we were in Delhi and we all went to Piano Man and we had a wonderful time. We were all like having a drink, listening to jazz, and it was a fantastic night. And he's got stories. He's got so many
He's got stories and he's
मैं
so
तो
true
बैठ
to
जाता
his
था।
reality.
मैं तो बैठ जाता, मैंने बताओ ना, कुछ बताओ ना, क्या हुआ था उस फिल्म पे, क्या हुआ था, बताओ
That's
ना।
everything.
Like, अरे यार उस फिल्म पे तो क्या होना था, like he has this way of
Yeah,
playing with his
that's-
hair while he
Yeah.
talks. It
That's
was
so-
just
Casually
Yeah.
leaning to one side.
हाँ वो तो देखो यार,
Yeah.
there's something called editing. तुम एक्टिंग कर लोगे फिर तो एडिट होना होता है ना, फिर
Yeah.
एडिटिंग होगी, बन जाएगा साकिब बन जाएगा।
Yeah, and another thing, like he's so true to his reality. Like he told me, I know that I won't get paid as much as Sanjay Leela Bansali.
Yeah.
I know the budget which my film will get or my project will get. It won't be as much. And he told me that OTT is good, for so many actors and filmmakers like him.
Yeah.
But let's not exploit it, because let's not make kuch bhi bana ke ab bas OTT hai.
It happens,
So do you all
yeah.
agree to that? That now somewhere there should
Quality
be
control.
boundaries.
100%
Quality
quality control is a
quality
must.
control कैसे
Quality
करेंगे?
control,
कैसे
yeah.
करेंगे?
But
नहीं हो
बहुत
सकता ना?
जरूरी है,
Of
बहुत
course है,
जरूरी
because
है।
कि
there's-
बस एक opportunity मिली पर उसको exploit करके वो नहीं कर सकते
But I
ना।
feel like when there is a platform,
Yeah.
there'll be 20,000 things made.
Yeah.
But actually, quantity, in my opinion, is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because out of those 20,000, you'll get 20 great ones
Yeah.
that will be worth talking about even 10 years from now.
Yeah.
So maybe quantity is not a bad thing. People are all gaining experience at some point. And I understand quality control. There's a lot of, I was going to say trash, but there's a lot of unsavory stuff out there that, you don't want to put on a platform.
Yeah.
But I think it's not entirely bad. Because
Yeah.
slowly everyone will grow together. Slowly everyone will grow together. I believe that. I hope for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As journalists, I think from my own experience also, I would say that, for me, it's been so many years here, but today there has to be a moral compass where people are doing things for headlines and clicks, but where do I stand different as a journalist?
Yeah.
But do you all also feel that as actors, where there has to be a moral compass as to not go with the flow always and yet maintain that sort of a quality in the work that you're doing? and the code of conduct in terms of okay, सब actors ये कर रहे हैं social media पे, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि मैं भी ये करूँ. But you know, I mean, do you all keep a constant check on that?
Social media तो मुझसे पूछो ही मत. I post once in a month, maybe.
And that too if it's your
If it's
music
work.
scene or
If it's work,
something.
otherwise
correct.
nothing. So
Nothing.
social media के बारे में तो मुझे कुछ नहीं पता. But what you said about having your own internal compass, moral compass, I think that is very important, because as you have an audience, you should have a sense of responsibility as to what you're putting out there. So speak responsibly, and but also self-censorship can be stifling also, you know. fear mongering and self-censorship can be stifling. So perhaps holding on to the freedom of speech, speaking up for what's right, and maintaining a basic moral compass. Baki sab.
I thought was very affected by social media till like say about 2 years.
You were?
Yeah. Matlab affected in the way because you are made to believe that this is the way of the world, right? That your teams, your managers, everybody keep telling you, they keep telling you, you've got to post this much, you have to do this.
But your content is hysterical. You
and
should.
I feel,
It's great.
And
But
I feel
you're engaging and you're showing who you truly are, right?
Yeah.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
I know, but it shouldn't feel like a job. Actually, I'm an actor, I'm an artist, I'm not a influencer. They're both two different professions, and I feel like now we've gotten mixed up with it.
Yeah.
We've suddenly now
The lines are blurred.
Now we want to cast somebody because they have specific number of followers, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're good actors. They're being cast for something else. And good actors, because maybe they don't have those many followers,
Correct.
They don't get cast for it. I'm not saying an actor can't be an influencer and an influencer cannot be an actor, but not every actor can be an influencer and not every influencer can be an actor.
Well said, Saleema.
So I feel I was really affected by it, but now I've reached
How did you get over it?
I just deleted Instagram one day and I'm like, it's getting to me, and now I have it on my phone. I've somehow gotten into a headspace where I constantly talk to myself about me controlling social media and social media not controlling me, because it's a endless pit.
Yeah.
I can be
is.
on
It's a
Instagram for
bottomless
24 hours and
you
still
just
there is
doom
content
scrolling,
to
you know?
consume, right?
Yeah.
I'll keep just going on the explore button and there'll be 20 new things that will pop
Cat
up.
videos.
And I was really affected by it, but now I think I'm in a better space with it.
I also routinely delete my Instagram.
it's-
It's the best thing to do. I just delete it.
It is.
Yeah.
Like I can't post every day. Like I'll post whenever I have
You feel
something to
like,
post.
yeah.
और-
That's asking for too
और
much.
या मैं क्या खा रहा हूँ, कहाँ जा रहा हूँ, मतलब after a point, मतलब क्यों जानना है तुम?
Yeah, that's true. You know, in the second episode, you say that, you know, you felt wasted as a journalist on the show because, you know, you wanted to cover crime beat, but you were into lifestyle.
Yeah.
It was such an interesting thing to say, and it made so much impact about your character and who she truly is. But it also intrigues me to know that do y'all sometimes also because we all feel wasted sometimes in our jobs, but as actors, do you feel so when, you know, you see that people are not seeing the worth the way you see yourself?
Yeah, of course.
How does that work?
As a profession, I think as actors, we are at the mercy of someone else's imagination, right? At the end of the day. And to even be called for that screen test, someone has to be like, she fits the physical description of what I'm looking for.
Right.
You know, and then they'll call you, and then you'll show your acting abilities, and then maybe you'll get cast. You know, so of course there's that element of not knowing what's going to happen and what's my next job, and it's not like, you know, I don't have the whole world's scripts to choose from. You know, so it really is someone else's imagination that I'm dependent on. So if you feel a little helpless, and smart people start producing their own films, and
Smart people start writing their own films and directing their films.
Others dream of it and start writing and slowly inching towards it. Yeah, so that's what's happening.
It's so wonderful how Saqib has actually done that, you know,
Yeah,
in terms
I think
of
it's fantastic.
having his unique voice even as a producer that way.
Trying,
you
man,
know?
trying. We're all trying. And I feel like that's the only way.
Yeah.
I feel like when I came to Bombay, there was nobody who orchestrated films for me. I had to go and test for everything I did.
I still test.
I still have to
I still
test certain parts.
I've started from scratch at least 5 times.
So I'm like, okay, if that's the case, might as well. If I'm working hard, why don't I work hard for myself and create some opportunities that can give me work, some other people I really like and enjoy their work, them work, and just create an ecosystem where we can empower new voices here. That's all we want as an industry, right? Like, वरना तो हम वही टेम्पलेट फिल्में बनाते रहेंगे, वही वो फॉर्मूला बनता रहेगा. And you know, I was told when I came here that you have to blend in. And no,
blend in.
I have to stand out. Only then I'll be seen.
But how much gumption does it take to not blend in? Like, I would like to say that
No,
for
you
both
really
of you.
try. You
that
really
y'all
try
have
for the
not
first
blended.
5-7 years. You really try to blend in. You go to these parties. I don't know about you, but you go to these parties and you make these small talks and chats and, oh yeah, what are you doing? Oh, lovely, what you wearing? And all that you do. What are you doing? You try to blend in. You want to be known as one of them. And but I feel like you've got to be known by your work, and B, your work has to stand out. If it's the same thing that I'm seeing everybody else do, why will your work stand out? So that's the shift I've had in my head.
I also think that you no longer need to be the person who has to go to parties and all that. I think if your work is out there, you will be found. Do your tests and all your auditions. Make put your full effort to keep your craft alive and working on your tools. But parties never really got anyone work, I think. And that's why I've stayed away. Always.
But talking about lastly blending in, let's wrap on that note in terms of also individually to both of you. But Saba, how does it feel to be an intelligent woman with her own voice, trying to make people see you for who you are? Is that a challenge, and yet have that unique voice to make people see you as an individual beyond everything else?
See, the pendulum is in any case swung not in the favor of women, the judgment. It's so true. It is. It isn't. So let's just start there. There's constant judgment. Women just can't do anything right. Okay, they really can't. And the internet has given so much freedom to anyone to be sitting on a pedestal and kind of passing moral judgment on you, or a qualitative judgment on you. So I think you have to start with what is my center and what do I want from my life, because if I start listening to everybody else's idea and what they think of me and what box they want to put me into and what's their preconceived notion of me, then I'm going to be finished there only. Then I'll cry and I'll bawl and there'll be nothing left of me, So then at some point you have to say, उनको बोलने दो जो बोल रहे हैं, तुम अपना काम करो और घर जाओ, और आई एम अ हैप्पी पर्सन मुझे तो कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा, तो वो बोले जाएं, वही मतलब घुट के बोले जा रहे हैं, मुझे तो कुछ, मैं अपना काम कर रही हूँ, बस ठीक है.
Okay, so Crime Beat, let's wrap on the fun question that which is that, if Saqib was arrested for a crime, what would it be? And if you were arrested?
He would have stolen a dog. 100% he would have been the one stealing a dog.
I love dogs.
Yeah, it's true.
I can be caught for something like that.
No, but he would have, he would have done the nice thing where someone is being cruel to a dog and he would have, he would have gone in and picked up
this Saqib is like this eternally nice guy, who can never...
मैं अपने गलत नैरेटिव मैंने सेट कर रखे हैं.
Just checking, we're talking about the same person. Yeah, he's very sweet. He's very sweet.
And what would Saba be arrested for? If she ever could do a crime?
Nothing. She's a performer. Maybe for
performing too well.
Performing it bandstand without permission. I don't know.
Busking, illegal busker. Impossible.
Something like that maybe.
Lovely. Thank you so much, guys.
Absolutely.
Lovely talking to you, and all the very best for this one.
Thank you.
Thank you.